Okay, so let's see. Video processing, compute. It's hard to tell with Intel looking through the task manager to figure out what is actually being done to render the game, or I mean or encode the video to the internet. I don't understand how you read the encoder activity. Anyway. Okay, how do I... Let's see, what do I actually have? Oh, I do have this. How do I, change appearance? Dark arts gloves. Burgundy Quidditch gloves. Oh, I see. Okay. So that's how. Oh, okay. That's how you get that. Oh, I see. Okay. So we can actually look like we're evil? Hold up. What's this stuff? Traditional school robe. Oh, this is the, hey, age man. So let's go with this one, I guess, for now. So, okay, so it's already there from the get-go. Black leather gloves. I guess I'll wear these. Hey, so we're on Intel Arc now. Faceware, do I have anything? Okay. Headwear. Oh, this one's legendary? Where did I get I got a legendary straw hat. You can also apply traits to them. That's interesting. So what's this? This is the Dark Arts one? No, this is the Dark Arts hat. This is Dark Arts Garrison hat. That's interesting. I guess I'll just go with this one. Hold on, is this the best? Wait, I got more. I got like better ones. Superb, extraordinary. This one's got the best stats, so I guess I'll go with this. Cobalt Dark Arts Ensemble. That looks like the starting outfit from Bloodborne. Man, it's almost like people in the 1800s dressed a lot better than they do now. Like nowadays, people just look really sloppy. Gray Adventure Ensemble. I guess I'll go with this one. No, you know what? Let's go with this for now. I don't have a broom. I can't fly. I got nothing. Oh, you know what? Hood. Oh, you can wear the hood. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good to know. So it was all in here the whole time. Yeah, I know. Like, and nowadays, everybody does look really, really sloppy compared to the way people were back then. Dark Arts Scarf. I guess So I'll just keep the one that I have for now. Yeah, that business attire, yeah. Yeah, because you'd be surprised, you know, like, you are treated differently in public based off of how you look. Even if it's just like a slight thing. You know, like, even if it's like a... Because I feel like people on a subconscious level just behave differently.
You can't imagine.
How's this game so far? It has no bug with AMD CPUs. All of my coverage of this game so far has been on AMD CPUs. We're streaming the game right now on a Ryzen 7 7700X. And yesterday we were streaming on a Ryzen 9 7950X with a 7900 XTX. So today we're streaming with an Intel Arc A770 as the GPU and a Ryzen 7 7700X 8-core 16-thread CPU. So, and it runs fine. Yeah, there's no issues with AMD CPUs. Now, there is a rendering bug with the AMD 7000 series GPUs. So if you have a 7900 XT or XTX, just like I showed yesterday in the previous stream, there is currently a rendering bug with some of the green plants outside, where if they're far away, they show up as white instead of green, and as you approach them, they change to green. So that is something that is fixable. Well, there's a workaround right now, but the game developers, Portkey Games, is going to have to update the game to fix that. So I have not tested it with any NVIDIA graphics cards yet, so I can't comment on that. I have tested the game on the PlayStation 5, and the PlayStation 5 does not have any issue with the way the game renders. But man, the Ravenclaw room looks really good. How come I can't? Okay, I can run down here. Yeah, alright. So let's try to like do some stuff here. Let's go to class. Let's actually go to class like we're supposed to. You have a 7700X with a 4090. Harbor Unbox said that the bug doesn't use the CPU. I don't know what they're talking about because I'm running the game without any issues, and I'm running an AMD CPU. So RT is off. No, we're not running RT. So I am running XeSS, so we can kind of show the settings. So right now, I'm running the game at 1440p with Intel XeSS enabled ultra quality. So one thing I really like about this game is it tells you the rendering resolution depending on what your upscale mode is. So for example, if I change this to quality, now Intel is very, very slow. It almost makes you feel like you froze the game to update the rendering resolution. But see, like quality, XeSS is 1707 by 960 resolution. So, but we want to run this at ultra quality. And this is going to be 77% resolution. So this is just above like 1080p is the actual render resolution. So we're just going to test XeSS. I have the frame rate set to 120 FPS. And then just so I don't get any tearing, right? Because if I just make it unlimited, like, oh, actually, there is always going to be a limit. The maximum is 360, but I don't want to do that because then I'll run into tearing issues with my monitor, so I'm not going to do that. So we're going to cap it to 120, and then for the graphics options. So when I installed the game, it automatically set all of this for me. So it sets ray tracing off. And then it sets everything to high. This is kind of what it said to recommended. If I want to, I can actually change this. I can bring this up to ultra. You know what? I guess, why don't we do this? Let's just do ultra. Apply. The desired quality settings exceed those recommended for your hardware. You may experience lower performance as a result. Please confirm that this is intended. Yes, it's intended. So now I'll be able to tell pretty quick if we're dropping below like 60. So far. So you won't really see a problem when you're inside Hogwarts itself. It's really when you're like outside is when the FPS will drop.
Very good.
The Intel Arc is beating the 3080 at 1440 with ray tracing turned on. Okay, I don't know how that's possible, but okay. Alright, one thing I want to see, does Intel have that problem with the plants showing up white? Let's go and find out. Oh wait, no, I need to go outside. Well, I was in here yesterday. Yeah, no, we need to go outside. You know what? I feel like I can definitely feel that this frame rate's not as high because I bumped it all the way up to ultra. So I might have to drop the settings back to high, because high felt really smooth just now. What was that?
Revelio. From the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you Praxia mole? As long as for only 1 time per week, I can plunge the boy's lavatory, not for the meek.
You'll make me late.
He tried to stop me, didn't
Alright, let's see. I think it's out here we'll be able to see it. Maybe. We'll see. Seems like the time of day is different now, though. Okay, so yeah, the time of day is different. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like, I don't know, we'll have to test a different time of day, but so far Intel doesn't seem to have the problem. Because typically it's these type of plants, but you have to be far away from them. Like they have to be at a distance, because it was like a material quality level of detail problem on the 7900 card. So it's like, yeah, right now I'm gonna say that Intel's good. Like it doesn't have that shader bug that we saw on the Radeon card. Did I install the? No, I did not. So I did not. Actually, I'm still. Let me make sure. Let me make sure what I'm on. I'm on the one where we actually have a. So I'm on a beta driver. I'm on January 24th, 2023, driver 31.0.101.4091 is the driver that I'm running. This is the driver. You can see it in the GPU-Z. So right there in the middle. 40. Now let me check if it is the latest or if it's not the latest. Hold on. Do I have the driver? $41.23. Intel Arc drive. Wait, why is it Ubuntu? Where's the Windows driver? Oh, Arc and Iris. February 1st. It says 4091. How do I find the beta driver? Why did they make it so hard to find it? Two more? Like where? The latest one is from February 1st, and it's the one that I'm running. It's 31.0.101.4091. That's what it shows on Intel's website. Latest drivers and software. And that's a, oh wait, that's a Wickle driver. The one I have is a beta driver. Why do they have it? Why do they make it so hard to find the... Okay, yeah, that's not what I was looking at. So this is different. And what day did this come out? Oh, February 7th. You know what? I'm going to have to bookmark this page because they make it too hard to find via Google. I've never had to bookmark a driver download page before. This is weird. Okay, well, we're not going to update to that right now because we're live, but... okay, so yeah, that driver literally says in the release notes, Intel Game On driver support for Hogwarts Legacy and Returnal. Known issues: Red Dead Redemption 2 Vulcan may experience application crash. Halo Infinite DX12 may exhibit color corruption. Sea of Thieves, color corruption. Conqueror's Blade, corruption in benchmark mode. Benchmark mode? What? System may hang when waking from sleep. You know, I have never actually encountered that with Intel. Although, maybe I did one time. But I think that was kind of my RAM was unstable. GPU hardware acceleration may not be available. Yeah, their driver is so hard to tell what it is. Like, I like AMD's one the most because AMD's one is literally the year, the month, and then the revision number. So, like, for example, 23.2.1 means 2023 February, and then it's like the first revision of the driver. So AMD's one is the easiest one to understand. I don't understand NVIDIA's one either, because it's like 528 dot, you know, whatever. It's like, how do I know what month that is and what year that was? Like, I don't know. It's not intuitive. The biggest issue with the Intel Arc driver is losing API support. What? It loses API support? Where? Where does it say that? Is it because they went to DXVK or something like that for the DX9? They're not using the Microsoft abstraction level? Anyway. What happened to my... Okay. So we're on the driver that is not the one for Hogwarts Legacy, but so far the game runs fine. Like I'm almost curious to see if these plants don't render correctly, and they're rendering correctly. One thing I do know is that the AMD, so if you're on a Radeon 6000 series GPU, you don't actually have the problem with the white plants. That's only on the latest, or whatever the driver is for the 7000 series GPUs. And I haven't looked at any of the NVIDIA stuff yet. So, but we will look at NVIDIA in a future video. Probably 3090 Ti at 4K with the 7950X. Wait, is this? What is this? Oh. I guess I should go to class. How far am I from the class? Can I, like, the astronomy wing? Defense against the dark arts towers, fast travel. So, if I don't have to restart the game, I'll turn on ray tracing. If I have to restart the game, I'm not going to turn ray tracing on. Okay, let's do this. No, see, to apply the changes, restart the game. No. Well, wait a minute, what? It turned it on. I don't think it actually applied anything, though. Ultra? I don't know if we want Ultra. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart the game to do that, I guess. Okay, let's just restart the game. Forspoken keeps wanting to update. It's like as soon as I exit out of the game, Forspoken slows me down because it starts trying to update. Then I have to update, pause it again. Probably should have let that complete. How far is that? It's so dumb. It's having to patch like 100 something gigabytes because that game is way too big for what it is. No, it doesn't take a long time. It's because but what's going on here? Okay, here we go. Oh, it has to recompile the game? It has to recompile the shaders when you turn RT on? That's weird. I like this because this does prevent micro stutter. Games that pre-compile shaders actually, like, run a lot smoother than games that don't do that. And that's the reason why I really dislike Unreal Engine. I hate Unreal Engine. It is trash. It is trash. Oh, whoa, okay. All the RT's on now, and I can feel this is sub 60. This is totally sub 60. But yeah, the floor looks shiny. It's like someone really shined up the floor. But boy, does this run horribly. This feels like 30 FPS or something. Hold on, let's see if we can get Afterburner on here. It might sometimes when you turn on Afterburner and it hooks into the game, like when Rivatuner hooks into the game, it sometimes can crash the game while you're streaming because I have OBS running as well. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're sub 60, but actually this is higher FPS than I thought. I thought it was like, okay, there we go. See, yeah, see, 45. That's not terrible. But it doesn't. I don't like playing it like this. We're on ultra quality XeSS, so we're gonna drop it down to quality. Now it's rendering at like a lousy resolution though. Yeah, so it's still okay. 50. That gained what, like 8 FPS? Because we were at like 40. So in some cases 10. Ugh.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Okay. Oh, turn off ray trace shadows and everything but reflections. Reflections are the only thing you'll notice. You said turn off shadows and everything but reflections. Should I leave? Hold on, should I... What if we just do, like, ray tracing quality high? Instead of ultra. Hey, that's almost 60. It's actually, like, right on the line. When I dropped ray tracing to high, look, it's actually... Depends on where I'm at, but, like, it seems like it's actually a lot better. What about medium? It still looks pretty good though. Look, now we're on medium. So now I can tell the reflections on the floor don't look as strong. They look more like I'm looking at a puddle with murky water, or I'm looking at like it's more blurred. There's like a blur filter on the floor. Or something like that. But hey, the FPS is like 60. We're like right around 60 now. It still dips below. See, like there we go, 55, 40, oh, 49. Wow, that's bad. Oh, but see, that's because like right here, there's a lot more like LOD stuff going on. What is the PlayStation 5's render resolution with FSR?
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Revelio.
You know what this game kind of reminds me of? It's whoa. Whoa. Okay, that doesn't work. They need to put an out of order sign on that. You know that the RT mode is capped at 30? Oh yeah, that's right. It does run at 30 FPS. So, I've played it on the PlayStation 5, and I have not tested quality mode or any of the RT modes. All I've done is I've played it on performance mode. But from what I could tell, it maintains 60 FPS in performance mode all the time, where the display resolution is 4K.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit.
Oh wow, I've never been over here before. Charms classroom. I guess, okay, so I can either go to Charms class, or I can go to Defense of the Dark Arts.
Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling lies.
I'm not telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Ooh, fight, fight! It's a bold attack. Was the minister a boot or the minister a flack?
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack. She says it's a boot, and he says it's a flack.
Peeves, enough. You'll get us all detention. Perhaps mind what you're doing. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't boot and it wasn't flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black.
We might go to Defense of the Dark Arts. That ghost is annoying, so hold on. So wait, there's one here. Where's the other one at?
How nice to see you, my
I don't know
young
where the other
friend.
one is. There's like one, and there's another one, but I don't, it's not like...
Revelio.
Oh, it's right there, okay. Okay, hold on, so let's see, 3 plus 0 plus 2. And then 4 plus 1 is, what is that? That's 5, and the question mark should be 12, so we need 7. So we need that thing. Got it.
Revelio.
Oh, my gear slots are full? What? How did I... How is that possible? Oh, what? I already have this much gear? How did I already get that much gear? Just from running around yesterday got me that much? Wow. Okay, I can't even open the chest until I like throw something away. I guess, how do I... Well, I guess I'm stuck having to not loot stuff until I figure out how to sell excess inventory.
Revelio.
Why won't she just let us use Dueling?
My gear slots are full. I can't take any of this stuff. This is terrible. Like, how do I...
If I haven't personally met a murderer by the end of the day,
There's no like bank thing to throw stuff in. Okay, I gotta get rid of the afterburner. That's annoying. I can't. It's hard. It's annoying to look at that in the way. Man, the mini-map is really bad, though. Like, it's so hard to... The Great Hall. Hogwarts South exit. This is 1440 with ray tracing. But we're running it with XeSS. Okay, goodbye, Afterburner, that's annoying. Clock Tower Courtyard. I guess let's see what that does. Oh man, the FPS feels terrible here. I'm gonna have to drop the settings. Ugh. This is not smooth. I don't know if so should I just turn all these off? I guess I should just turn all this off then, right? Or just leave reflections on, turn this off. Okay, I don't luckily I don't have to I don't have to restart the game again. That was annoying. Okay. The FPS is definitely better.
Revelio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
This actually feels playable right now. What it was earlier was not playable. Oh, I can't see the world map yet. The load times are pretty quick, actually. Yeah, see how the floor looks? I don't know. When the floor is this shiny, it looks like it's going to... It's like, it looks like I'm gonna slip and fall. I don't know. It just... Is this supposed to be better with every... Like, the wood looks like someone polished it to the point where it's hard to tell that that's a wooden wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, from the angle, it looks like wood. The wooden wall, but it's like... It's so glossy looking. It's like they put way too much varnish on all the wood.
I'd spend all day in the Great Hall if I could.
Have I tried 2160p? No, we're not gonna do 2160p on Intel Arc. That's not gonna work. That's what I streamed it on yesterday on the AMD card. So the Radeon 7900 XTX is what I will use for 4K. But for this GPU, I'm not even gonna bother with 4K. This is gonna be 1440p. Okay, we're back. I need to see if there's like a way for me to offload all this stuff that I'm carrying. Intel Arc isn't powerful. Yeah, not for 4K. No. Not for a game like this. This game is beyond Intel Arc for 4K. Is this my room? I don't even know which one's my room. Does it even matter? Like... Hold up. This one? Oh, I can't... I don't remember these beds like this. I think this is like the girls' room. This is for girls? Yeah, I think because the guys have like bunk beds or something. Wait, hold on. So they're at the top. So I guess I'm at the bottom. Yeah, I think this was my room. But I don't know where. I guess I don't have a room. I guess it's irrelevant. Yeah. So that was a waste of time. I need to get to Hogsmeade. I can't carry anything with me. Or maybe I should just throw stuff away. Like, hold on. Wait, I have an empty... Wait, 20 out of 20. So just throw this away? How do I... Oh, I have to destroy... Sell value. No, I need to sell stuff. I need to go to, like, Hogsmeade and sell a bunch of stuff. Well, I'll tell you, I would enable 4K if I was using a 4K monitor, but this isn't a 4K monitor, so I can't do it. Not with this current setup. I'd have to be using my other setup to enable 4K. Because Intel doesn't have a virtual super resolution option, unlike the other two. So I can't use like VSR or DSR with Intel Arc. So I won't be able to do 4K. Man, I'm kind of annoyed right now because I can't throw away that gear, and I have a feeling if I were to do a quest, like if I were to go to class, and if I get like something as a reward, I can't carry it in my inventory. Does that mean I'll just lose it, or like how does that work? Well, I guess we'll find out. Or maybe I should just play it safe and destroy some stuff. Why are these things like... Hold on. So I have 20. Okay, so hold on. Okay, I can't destroy the thing that I'm wearing, so delete that. Okay. You'd rather play with 1440 RT than 4K? With this graphics card, yeah. But in general, me, no. I'd rather play at 4K with no RT than 1440 with RT. I mean, one of the reasons why is because my 4K monitor is a whole lot better to look at than this monitor. Because this monitor is an 8... This is an 8 BPC monitor. The other monitor, the Sony, is a 10 BPC 4K monitor. So the colors on that monitor are way more deeper and just looks straight up better. So it's like, yeah, I'd rather play on that. I guess I really need to sell these things. Like, these purples are worth like 150 gold. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that open. We're not going to open any more treasure chests until I gain access to selling stuff. Hey, Marcelo. We're playing it on Intel Arc today, like as I said yesterday. And we're playing at 1440p with... We turn on ray tracing, so I've got shadows turned on. That's the... Or no, I've got reflections turned on. And that's the only thing I have turned on for the RT. Everything else is Ultra. So just to show everybody, these are the settings. Ultra. Now, the game does not recommend that I do this. It warned me saying that Intel Arc is not powerful enough to handle Ultra at 1440p, and it kept suggesting that I run it at high instead, but I had to override it, so we're running it at Ultra anyway. And we turned on RT, so you can see down here, that's all I've got. I've turned these other two off because they don't really do much, according to Joel. And they make the FPS, like, chug really bad. So a 6800 XT for 560 or a... Well, I mean, it depends. If you're on a 1440p monitor and you can afford the $500 card, then get the 6800 XT. But if you're on a 1080p monitor, then I would just get ARC. If you're on a 4K monitor, then forget about ARC. And yeah, then get the 6800 XT. The 6800 XT recommend for a regular gamer. Yeah, that one is kind of the best deal right now. So like the two best deals are the two cards that you mentioned. So the 6800 XT is... The 6800 XT currently is the best value for like the top end. And then Intel Arc is the best value for like the cards underneath that. But some of those AMD cards too though, like the 6750 and those other ones are also decent. But yeah, like in terms of value, both of these cards that you mentioned, both have 16 gigabytes of VRAM. So they're going to be really, really good for a long time. Just at their respective resolutions. Not, you know, you can't really like run ARC at 4K. You know, you don't really want to go above 1440p. And the 6800 XT, if you have a 1440p monitor, the 6800 XT is basically the best card right now. You play on a 55-inch TV. Is that, but what is that, like a 4K TV, or is it just a 1080p TV? If it's a 1080p TV, then, I mean, the 6800 XT is still going to be better, and it does open the door for, like, running on a higher resolution display. And remember, like, we're talking about two completely different classes of graphics cards, like, keep in mind that ARC is a competitor for like a 6600 XT or a 6650 or a 6700 XT, somewhere in that range, whereas the 6800 XT is like an RTX 3080. So, oh, it's a 4K TV. Yeah, so then definitely, yeah, that's a no-brainer then. 6800 XT, definitely, if it's a 4K TV. See, so we're having to run this at XeSS quality, which basically means that the rendering resolution is only 1707 by 960. I really like that about this game, though. I really like that it actually gives you the render resolution number that maps to one of these presets. So, like, for example, if I go to ultra quality, now it's at 77% of 1440p. If I drop it down to quality again, you see that. If I drop it down to balanced, now it's like 59%. See what's happening here? And if we drop it all the way down to performance mode, now it's literally 720p. So XeSS performance is 720p. Rendering resolution. Upscaled to 1440. So I really like that this game does this. I really wish that more games would do this. That they would actually tell, when you turn on one of these upscalers, that they actually tell you what the render resolution is. That is very nice. Minecraft runs better on 6800 XT compared to ARC currently. Well, I mean, yeah, because it's like the rasterization. It's like, that's like the difference between a V8 and a inline 4. it looks, I mean, you can see it for yourself. So we're gonna run it at quality. Actually, you know what? Because I turned off those other two RT things, let's see what it looks like at ultra quality. Because ultra quality is basically a resolution that is just above 1080p. So let's see what ultra quality looks like. So far, I can tell it's running pretty smooth, at least indoors. Let's try to get outside. This is not going to take me outside. How do I get out of here? Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, now, yeah, it dips bad, like right here. When I'm outside, yeah, that feels like it's, well, it's like inside was probably like 70 something just now. This feels like 50, somewhere between like 50 and 65. It's like moving between those two, that range. And now I can tell I'm above 60 again. So when you're inside, the frame rate looks really good. Like, it's smooth inside. But when I go outside, like, okay, here's a good idea. Here's a good test. So out here, you know what? Let me just turn Afterburner on again so you guys can see what the actual number is. To give it a second. It always takes a few seconds to hook in. Come on. There we go. So you guys can see right there, 50 something, 52 outside. So if I go back inside, so we got to get away from the door. So it, okay. Oh, well, actually, whoa. Hold on. It felt way smoother earlier. Yeah, okay, so when I was up here, well, yeah, see, okay, here we go. See, this is above 60. I could tell this was smooth. And it was when I went down here. Yeah, it starts dipping when you go around here. But see, like, the floor. Its level of detail and draw distance is what's making it go down. Because of all the RT. So see, as soon as I go outside, see it drop. 47, 45. Alright, I'm going to go to class. I need to find out where I need to go. I'm going in the complete wrong direction. I need to go, well, you know what? Let's just fast travel. Let's go to the Dark Arts classroom. Did the game freeze? I think the game froze. I hope not. Yeah, I think the game froze. See, this is why I don't like Afterburner. I don't like to run Afterburner and have OBS hooked into the game. I think the game froze, guys. Yeah, not responding. Task Manager says Hogwarts Legacy is not responding. So that's because I have Afterburner and I have OBS and I have OBS trying to capture Afterburner via overlay so that you guys can see it. So yeah, the game crashed. That's because of Afterburner. Okay, so let's get rid of Afterburner. I knew that would happen because that usually can happen when you have too many hooks. That could also be anti-cheat software in the game, thinking that I'm trying to, like, you know, pirate the game or something. So, because I have essentially 3 hooks into the game. I have OBS. I have, wait, where is OBS? I have OBS. I have, this is on Steam. OBS is hooked into the game. Then I hook Rivatuner via Afterburner. Then I hook in to OBS to pull the overlay so you guys can see the footage, or so you can see Afterburner's results. So you got like 3 hooks going, and the game just crashed again, I think. Did it? Where'd Steam go? No, it's still running, but I don't see it. Yeah, it's not open. Hold on. No, see, oftentimes, honestly, those game-ready drivers don't really make much of a difference. Because, realistically, all these drivers that have the game listed means that somebody at Intel or whoever actually, like, tested the game. That's all that means. They actually, like, played the game and signed off on the driver. Okay. Okay, but see, like, I want to go to class. Luckily, this game does have a pretty good autosave thing.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Okay. Here we go.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso!
Why did they say Levioso? I thought it was Leviosa.
Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Oh, okay. We learned it. Or we have to learn it. Levioso. I thought it was Leviosa.
Levioso.
Wasn't it Leviosa? Because there was a whole meme thing about Hermione correcting Ron's pronunciation of the spell.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Leviosa, not Leviosa. Was it always Levioso? Does anybody know? Like, I don't know. I'm not a super big Harry Potter fan. But to me, the way they're saying that spell does not sound right.
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast.
Okay.
Remember, Levioso. Now, well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Protego, what was that button again? I don't even remember what that was.
This should be easy. You're good.
What's my Protego button?
Thank you.
Oh, it's just Pari. Okay.
Protego. Complicates things. Good form.
I know.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about
So am I supposed to knock him down, right? I'm just supposed to like knock him from the.
Protego. Levioso. This can't be your first duel. Let's just say
I do.
Did that guy just say this wasn't even a fair duel?
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
You saw someone explaining apparently Levioso is a different spell that only lifts
put you on the
things
spot,
you can't
and
move.
you
And
rose
oh, you
to the
can't move
challenge.
them.
Points to Ravenclaw.
thank you, Professor Hackett. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
I'd hate to face Professor Hackett in a duel.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I had my share of wand combat.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Okay.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck.
Okay, I think I know. I think I saw like scenes of
Look
this
for
in
Luke
the
and Rattleby
review.
near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
You think he's a
Till
robot
next time.
in the 1800s at a school of magic? Okay. Wait, why do they have one of these here? They have like they have an Iron Maiden in the classroom. Why? Oh man. Okay, and then this, like an ostrich or something. Is that supposed to be a snake? Oh, never mind.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Revelio.
I think there's like a lock on this door. Yeah. Okay, well, it's later in the day.
What are you up to now?
I guess we need to go to the other class. I gotta go to Charms. you have a 1660 with 6 gigabytes, and you play at 1440. So if I can't play at 4K with a card that has 16 gigs, then there's no point upgrading for overpriced cards. You've watched all the movies at least 2 times. You're not a big fan of either, though. So the thing about, like, you won't be able to play the game at 1440 with 1660 Super. I mean, not well, yeah. You probably can on, like, the lowest settings. Without any RT. Well, I mean, okay, 1660, forget about RT. Where does this go? There's like a random cat just wandering around. Is this supposed to be like a fantastic beast? Is that a fantastic beast? Because the cats in Forspoken look better than the cats in this game. That cat had a weird looking tail. So I'm going to assume that was a fantastic beast.
Revelio.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another.
What?
Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Okay, I gotta learn Accio. Wait, Accio's a charm?
Accio.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
You don't think even, wait, you're currently playing Cyberpunk at 1440 medium?
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will, but instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes?
Okay.
I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best. Very good.
Did I get it?
Splendid.
Oh, that one's like on the line.
That's it.
Oh, okay, that one was too early.
Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge?
Uh-oh, Ravenclaw versus Gryffindor.
You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
What do I do? I'm first? Or she... Oh man, this is gonna be tough. She's like... She already got 30 points. Okay. Uh-oh. No, I messed up. No, wait. What?
There we go.
Hold up. Okay, that means I gotta get like 50 on both of these. What?
Don't lose your composure.
Let us see this.
You recommend 32 gigabytes of system RAM? Wait, so she knocks hers? Oh, she knocked hers otherwise? Oh, I'm gonna lose. Straight up, no way. What are the rules, actually? Is there a way to, like... Oh, that's it? How? Anyway. Hogwarts Legacy, you want... Say, yeah, ideally, if you're playing it at 1440 or 4K, you want like 32 gigs of RAM. Wait, what? Again?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this.
Wow. Okay.
Stay focused.
Be sharp.
Oh, that's gonna get knocked away though. So you basically have to get 50? Oh no, I'm not even gonna get, yeah, okay, that's gonna get that out of the way. But she's guaranteed 50, so I have to at least get like a 50.
I know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well. I will get you back for that.
Seems like it was easier to do this the first round. So I have to get I have to knock hers off of the track. So hold on, if I line it up from over here, right?
Accio.
No, what the?
Ah, you almost had it.
How do I start it over?
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Wait, 1660.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Super.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to
Well, I'm
get
not good
everything
at
right in the
charms
transfer
class,
test.
I can tell that.
It gets easier, I promise.
I'm holding my own.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway.
Even when you
around
played
the world
Cyberpunk with the
and to move school in a
3070
new country.
Ti, I struggled to run Cyberpunk at 1440.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
What does it look like?
Is Wagadu a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
That's incredible.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand.
Yeah, that's true. I always wondered about that. I wondered, like, what do they actually need the wand to cast spells? Because the goblins and the elves don't need wands to cast spells.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use on humans
Pete, if you...
you're so inclined.
So yesterday's stream was 4K. So if you look up my previous live stream from yesterday, you'll see the 4K gameplay on the 7900 XTX.
A word, if you would.
But yeah, in general, like, if you want to play this game at 4K, and I'll test 4K on, like, well, I mean, at 3090 Ti, that's kind of what they're recommending. But in general, I would say for 4K, you would want something like a 6800 XT or better. That's what I would recommend for 4K. If you want like a good experience where the FPS is above 60, you can max the quality settings, that sort of thing. And it would be like 6800 XT or better. And with 6800 XT, like, you could run it with FSR2, and you can be above 60 FPS with everything else on Ultra. Yeah, it is. It's very close. Not quite. I would consider the 6950 XT more like a 4070 Ti. In my mind, the 6950 XT is equal to the 4070 Ti. And the 3090 Ti is literally just right above both of those two. By a tiny amount. You know, we're talking like less than 5%. So, yeah, what happened to the game? Did the game close? The game just like hard closed on its own? It just like closed. Maybe I will have to update the driver. That's interesting. We did not run into these problems yesterday with the AMD card. Interesting. Yeah, the game just like closed on me. That's weird. It didn't do anything. Like no error message, nothing. It just like, boom, gone to desktop. Like it's like someone Alt F4'd the game. Like what? Because I have my Steam window like over here on the other monitor, and I can see like it closed and then it just like uploaded it or like uploaded the cloud save. Weird. YouTube, now it says, hold up. Yeah, I don't know what's going on actually. That's weird.
Of course, you can use Accio improvements if you're so
4080 is like 45% more expensive for about 10 to 15 more FPS versus, yeah. Well, I guess. Are you talking about this game though? Really?
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
A word, if you would.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
I guess they have to catch me up because I was starting as a 5th year, so they're gonna have like extra catch-up lessons or something.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
Hello. How was your first day coming
Hello,
along?
Samantha. Nice to see you again.
I wondered how your first day was going. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
That's nice, because I lost.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Well, I don't like charms class, so you're not the only one. What's up with this dude?
Do you think Elizabeth would like a fanged geranium? They're beautiful and terrifying.
Quake 2 is the best tool to test ray tracing performance of a GPU on a NVIDIA GPU.
fainted trying to harvest a pufferpod the other day. Those spores certainly make you dizzy. If Weasley had seen
What's with
them,
these
they'd
cats
soon be
just like
out.
hanging around like
Could have
this?
started a fire, and I'm afraid I'm not natural at the freezing spell.
Yes, I've seen you cast Glacius. It's as if a snowman has the hiccups.
Thank you. I've seen your slowing charm, and the victim could outpace the Thestral.
No need to be like
This is a nice like little study area.
I was only practicing with matches.
Revelio.
You mentioned threat of fire.
I'm sure you didn't simply transfigure a hedgehog your first time.
I tried. Made some sort of city.
Alright, I want to be able to get to Hogsmeade so I can sell all this excess stuff that I'm carrying around that I don't need. Because that is one thing that is shocking. The inventory, it's almost like it's Resident Evil. You can only hold like 20 items max? You don't know about everyone else, but you don't play games for the ray tracing. You're not alone in that statement. Like, I mean, I think there's a lot of people that don't like. Okay, I would say the vast majority of people that play games in general, you know, the average gamer, the average, like, what, regardless whether we're talking about like a casual gamer or a hardcore gamer, like in general, most of them probably don't care that much about ray tracing. I think the general consensus is that it's cool, but it's not like a must-have at this point. It's like, yeah, that technology's cool, it's kind of like the latest tech and whatever. That's kind of the opinion. Well, no, see, I think that's... I mean, that's kind of oversimplifying it, Joel, about the whole, like, if you don't care about ray tracing, don't buy an NVIDIA GPU. I mean, yeah, technically you're right in the sense that, objectively speaking, if you really don't care about ray tracing, you can get a lot more value for your money if you get an AMD graphics card. Or even if at the mid-range, an Intel graphics card. So that is I would say that is an accurate, even if it's an oversimplification, it is an accurate statement. But you know, like, there are still things that you can leverage with an NVIDIA GPU. It's just you're not going to get as much value out of NVIDIA graphics cards versus AMD ones or Intel ones if you pit them like side by side, same price point. Usually, if you're looking at just pure hardware itself, what you get for the money, yeah, the AMD cards are definitely better. Like, objectively, they're better across the board. I've done multiple live streams where I've opened up Paint and I've, like, compared side by side the MSRP, the, you know, the teraflops, the VRAM, all that stuff. The AMD cards, time and time again, almost always win. For value, in terms of value. Like, the NVIDIA cards, really the only thing that NVIDIA has is the mind share is one piece of it, because they have way more market share. So that means, like, the average person who plays games on PC, they might not even really know about AMD's graphics cards. Or they don't really pay attention to them.
Revelio.
Right? Like, it's ironic because someone who has a PlayStation 5 but also games on PC, they probably don't even really know that they have an AMD graphics card in their PlayStation 5, but they'll just end up getting like some generic GeForce card, whatever, like a 3060 or some, you know, like the most normie generic graphics card for the average person who doesn't actually know anything about technology will buy like a 3060. In my mind, that's like the most scrubby, you know, average, casual slash. They think they're hardcore, but they're really not because all they do is play League of Legends. You know, that type of gamer, or they, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm describing like a certain demographic. Those type of gamers, like, they don't even really know. Well, they probably know. They've probably heard of AMD graphics cards, but they probably buy a pre-built computer like an HP Omen or a Dell Alienware desktop, and those typically, you know, high volume. They're gonna come with a GeForce card, like a 3060 or something. So that reflection looks really good there. Oh, you mean? Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Let me go back. Over here, yeah. I think it was over here, was it? Yeah, right here. Oh, it was over there. Yeah, let me go back. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do another live stream at 4K with ray tracing. We'll look at it on a 7900 XTX and maybe a 3090 Ti, because both of those cards have similar RT performance. Yeah, that does look pretty good actually. Yeah.
What are you up to now?
I almost wonder what it looks like with it off though. You know, like when I see something like this, I wonder, because this is the light. And then it's really the RT is like this surface. It's like the reflections on the surface. No, that's what I'm saying. You can be a hardcore gamer, like someone who is really into like League of Legends, right? Like they climb ladder. They probably only have, you know, like maybe not even a 3060. They probably have like an old 1060, or you know, like an RX 480, or something from a pre-build, you know, like a 2060 or something like that. And they could be hardcore. Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, what I'm saying is like the average casual to hardcore gamer typically doesn't really pay attention too much to things like RT. You know what I'm saying? Like a hardcore gamer that plays PUBG competitively, or for anybody who still actually plays that game. But besides the point, like the bottom line is hardcore competitor gamers are going to play on low at 1080p, and so they're obviously not going to use RT, right? Like, so it really just kind of depends. And most gamers are not really like super into computer hardware like we are. They're not really hardware enthusiasts, right? So they don't really care about like the GPU being so great. They just want something that's good enough, right? So like that usually means that they're gonna be in that price range of, you know, like anywhere from $250 to $450. That's kind of like the maximum they would spend. And what's in the middle of that? Intel Arc A770. This very GPU is right in the middle of that. So that's the reason why that is where, you know, most of the value comes from. The only people who would have to be forced to go outside of that price range are those who have 4K monitors. You know, like that's the only group. Maybe 1440 high refresh is the other one, but you know, that's even more. Well, I mean, I guess if we go by current hardware trends, I guess more people are on 1440 now than they were, or that the people are on 4K, but it depends, because there's a lot of people that play on like 4K TVs and that sort of thing.
Do you think I have a big forehead? You can be honest. Oh.
What was that about? That was weird. Anyway, I want to, like, let's advance the story. I need to get out of here. Where do I need to go? Available side quests can be found inside regions of Hogwarts marked with a flag, and discovered by exploring the world. So it's kind of like The Witcher. Okay, so I'm going the right way, I think. It would be cool if you put a notification channel on your Discord to let us know when your YouTube. Oh yeah, okay, I'll remember to do that. The Discord channel link in the description is invalid. Oh yeah, you know why? Because it's only good for 7 days, so I have to make a new one. Yeah. Let me do that. Hold on. I guess I can make it never, right? Like, or I can limit like the number of uses. Hold on. Hold on, let me put the link. Let me update the Discord link. Okay, I updated the description. You'll have to refresh the stream, but I updated the link if you want to join the Discord. We're relatively new. It's a relatively new channel. There's not a whole lot in there. I think we're up to what, like 10 people at this point. So it's really small. But maybe it's because the link expires and I always forget to update it. But that shouldn't happen because I set the limit to never expire now. So the new one should stick around. So from a color saturation, does this look as good as the... That's a really good question. So I can't objectively give you an answer because I am playing on a completely different monitor. So I can't answer that properly, right? Because the monitor that I'm playing on is an Agon AOC AG241QX. That's the model number. It is a 1440p TN panel. It is not an IPS monitor. The other monitor that I was playing on with the 7900 XTX is a Sony InZone M9. So that's a 4K 144 hertz, 27-inch 4K. And the monitor that I'm playing on is a 24-inch 1440p monitor. So it's a smaller monitor, lower resolution, and it's an 8 BPC in terms of color depth, whereas the Sony was a 10 BPC. So yeah, I can't objectively compare them. Yeah, usually we just post like tech articles or whatever we find interesting in all things tech. I'm surprised how many like random cats are around. You know what's interesting? Like this game and Forspoken have similar themes. They both are about like casting spells as for the combat system. They both have random cats in the game that you just can randomly walk up to and pet. I'm surprised. Like these two games came out, you know, like within a couple of weeks of each other, and they have very, very similar like themes and stuff. They play very differently though.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
The panel is a lot worse, even if the resolution was the same. Yeah, this panel looks a lot more washed out compared to the Sony. So that's why I can't answer the question.
First classes went well?
It's not a fair comparison, but two monitors are different.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near, what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me.
Yeah, but Joel, I think you were right, because the game randomly closing out on me makes me think that I probably do need to update the drivers. So I'll be sure to do that next time. Well, actually, you know what? Like, I'm probably going to do that like right after the stream ends, so I don't forget. Because I would have started streaming earlier, but the problem was that I had to install the game on this PC, and then I had to compile the shaders for the first time, and that takes, you know, like 5 minutes extra, so So that's the reason why the stream started later, and then like, yeah. So if I wanted to update the drivers, that would take even longer. So yeah. Hold up, I wager there's a good deal with your travelers here.
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless,
Yeah,
you
no,
must
I have the
continue to
link.
build upon what you've learned.
Thanks for that.
Regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan mentioned that.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Oh, so I was using a borrowed wand the whole time?
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well.
I'm eager to get the houses so I can sell all this gear that I don't need.
With a classmate. Help you get your bearings.
Need to free up some bag space.
Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Sebastian, I think. Well, okay, hold on. She's the Gryffindor and Sebastian is the Slytherin. Well, I need to get revenge on her because she beat me in that stupid mini game earlier. So
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent.
I need to get revenge. I'm not going to accept that loss.
And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
I want to challenge her to another match.
Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow.
Because I was totally not supposed to lose that. Like, I was totally not supposed to lose that game.
Your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Speak to Professor Ronan to receive your first assignment. Assignments are types of quests given to you by the professors that, when completed, reward you with new spells. Okay. The reward for the first one will be the Mending Charm Reparo, which is required to complete other quests. Okay.
Revelio.
Whoops. Oops. They totally took that from, like, Bloodborne. Bloodborne... Well, okay, Bloodborne you knock over, like, all the books. Well, anyway. So wait, where is her... Her room, or her office is like down here at the front. So what oh, I need to go get the assignment? You're thinking of buying something low price but with better spec than the current 1660 and in another year or two upgrade again instead of paying the bloated prices for current. Oh. Well, the thing is, like, you could get the Intel Arc, but I really think like the 6800 XT is going to be better because you have a 4K TV. I mean, that's just me thinking. Like, if I were you and I had a 4K TV, I would totally get the 6800 XT over any of those other GPUs that we talked about, because I feel like that's way more like worthy of being considered a 4K GPU compared to anything underneath that. I mean, maybe the 6800, like the non-XT, but nah, I'd rather get the fully enabled. Like the 6800 XT just seems like it's going to be better in the long run with the 72 compute units.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The Mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Okay, what's the purpose of the tasks?
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. Revelio.
So what do you want me to do? Collect the flying... What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to collect the flying...
This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
This is broken.
Accio. Revelio.
How's the overall stability? I mean, the stability in general is fine as long as you are like always up to date with the driver. Like currently I'm not on the latest driver, so that might be one of the reasons why we're seeing a little bit of weirdness with this game. But so far, like in terms of the FPS, so in terms of this game on Arc, like there's no rendering issues, like there's no shader issues. There's no weird, you know, like artifacts or graphical bugs that I've seen. Like everything works. The RT performance seems like it's pretty good actually on this graphics card. Considering I am playing the game now, we are running it with Intel XeSS, but you know, the game seems like it's running pretty well. So I would say it's fine. Like I've had this since launch, and now I haven't done a ton of testing with it in the last like couple of weeks. Like I played Forspoken on it. It was, I mean, that game itself is really hard to run. But, you know, it didn't really have any issues there. Aside from just, you know, relatively poor performance in general on that title. Unless you knock the XeSS all the way down to, like, you know, performance mode. But, you know, that's kind of an exception. You have a... Wait, what? The 6700 XT, even at the same price, is better value for a normal gamer since the 770 requires too much technical skill for a casual gamer. You know, I don't know. I don't think it requires that much more skill. It just... The only thing that ARC requires you to do so that you can have an optimal experience is to just always be on the latest driver. Like, whereas if you were on an AMD card, you could literally, like, skip so many driver updates and you'd be okay. Like, it's not going to be, like, the best scenario, but if you skip a bunch of driver updates, you'd be totally fine. You know, like, in general. Same thing with NVIDIA. Yeah, enabling rebar. Yeah, you gotta have rebar. But I mean, you have rebar enabled on like every GPU now. Like I don't even think about rebar because like I've been using rebar since AMD first coined the phrase smart access memory, and I just completely forgot about it because it's always on for me. So and the thing is, most motherboards default to it on nowadays. So that's the other thing to remember too.
Professor, why must I complete these tasks?
They are meant to give you first-hand experience as you proceed to master new bits of magic. Good luck, and I shall...
You play single-player games? What's BG3? Mass Effect? Legendary? New World? Wait, hold up. New World's not a single-player RPG. New World's an MMO. I mean, you can play most of the content solo, though. Not the endgame content, though. Oh, you play mostly RPGs. That's kind of like me. I mean, I play mostly RPGs. Like, if you guys, people who watch my streams regularly, you guys already kind of have an idea of the type of games that I play. You know, usually single-player RPGs. I mean, I used to play Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO, like a whole lot, but not so much ever since I finished the Endwalker story. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3. Mass Effect, wait. The driver install is the same, but losing API support is a pain. What is the API support that you lose? Like, I still don't know what you're referring to when you say you're losing API support. If you have a 3000 series AMD CPU or newer, or Intel 10th gen or newer, you have rebar. Yeah, you enabled rebar, even though... it does use it. It's not that it doesn't use it, it does use it. Every GPU uses it. Baldur's Gate 3. Mass Effect Legendary is a DX11 title. It may not benefit from it that much, but it still uses it. There could be issues on the game if you don't use DXVK in Mass Effect. Oh. Vulkan, DX11, DX12 games are lost and can't launch? Wait, what? Huh? Aren't we running a DX12 game right now on Intel Arc? Last I checked, this is a DX12 game. I'm supposed to find that. How am I supposed to? Oh, I have to Accio it?
Accio. Got it.
There we go. Yeah. Now what? Oh, I gotta go find. Oh, he wants me to find like all of them. Okay, because I learned Accio, I can actually get those pages that I saw.
The page must be around here somewhere.
help me?
Are you alright?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
What? Why does everyone hate you?
Everyone hates you? Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My Gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with Gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
That sounds so, wrong on a lot of different levels, the way she said all of that. Sounds, I'll just say interesting, 'cause if I say sounds awful, I don't want to, like, lock myself out of, like, a quest line or something.
Gobstones? Sounds like a fun challenge.
That's what I tried to tell everyone.
But that does sound pretty awful.
Can be so cool. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly Gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers ever written a story or a
Is this
tale
girl
as well.
supposed to be
And
like
now those poor losers
the
have taken my
Luna
Gobstones and
Luna
hidden
of
them
this
in very
game or
high
something?
places all over the school.
Luna Lovegood or whatever her name was from Order of the Phoenix. Cause Luna was a Ravenclaw and this girl's a Ravenclaw and she's obviously something's a little bit strange here about her. Sounds as if they overreacted.
Rather an overreaction on their part.
I'll say. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented 5th year to help me.
Do you have any suggestions on how to get your Gobstones down from their hiding spots?
If I knew that, I'd get them myself. Whoever hid my Gobstones that high got up there somehow.
Haven't you any friends at school?
Not really. Natty said hello once, but not a word since.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my Gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
Alright, Gobstones. Well, hold up. What's this thing doing?
Accio. Brilliant.
Hold up. Is she gonna like wait there for me to bring the Gobstones back? Okay. What building is this again? This is the astronomy wing. Okay, what are we saying here? You are, but when you have the bug, you lose. What? You lose API support until restarting your computer or reinstalling the driver. It's a bug that happens. It has nothing to do. Is this like a known issue? Is this in the release notes? You can also disable the GPU in Device Manager, enable it to fix the bug. DX11 is the biggest issue with Intel Arc performance currently. Some DX11 titles work fine and others have very inconsistent.
Someone gets struck by a cursed broom. We do hope it's you.
See, honestly, like, you know when Linus and Luke did the 30-day Arc challenge, I myself was really thinking of doing that too, because honestly, like for work, at the end of the day, like if you're just doing work on your PC, your graphics card doesn't really matter that much. Like it's not. Wait,
She's not gobbled up by her own fanged
this gargoyle just started talking to me.
Revelio.
That was weird. But yeah, like if you're not playing games, you know, like the GPU doesn't really matter that much in terms of like day-to-day office use, if you get what I'm saying. So it's like I can see myself doing the 30-day ARC challenge, but the only problem is I don't want to like not be away from my 4K monitor. Like I want to use my 4K monitor, and if I start playing games on ARC at 4K, it's just, I mean, unless every game that I'm playing supports XeSS, which thankfully this game does and Forspoken does, but I don't know, like Forspoken and Intel Arc doesn't seem like a good combination based off of what I saw when I was live streaming it the other day. So, but you know, like I don't know, I feel like Arc can't be that bad. Like, I mean, I'm playing the game right now, right? I'm playing on the Arc A770 right now at 1440p, and the performance with XeSS is good. You can tune it so that it's good, and you can get a good experience playing the game. Oh yeah, I still need to join the Intel Arc Discord. You might be able to play Genshin Impact at 4K 60 on... Oh yeah, that I already know. That I already live streamed that, and I already confirmed that you can do that. So yeah, like if it's just me like doing Genshin Impact dailies for like 10 minutes, yeah, that's totally doable. That's fine. And the funny thing too is Genshin Impact supports FSR2 now. This is better performance than a 3080. Really? Man, okay. You know what? I might actually do, like, the next stream might actually, because of what you're telling me about, like, Arc being better than 3080 at RT in this game, I really kind of want to test the 3080 Ti instead of the 3090 Ti. Because, you're making it sound like 3080 Ti is going to be bad. So it's like, and you guys have heard me complain about that graphics card as probably the biggest waste of money I've ever spent on a graphics card. Yeah. For what it is. You're watching my stream to get away from all the shilling? Well, okay, see, like, I don't care. I'll cover all the GPUs. Like, you guys have seen my Forspoken videos, or even before I put the Forspoken videos up, like, you've seen, like, the discussion, deep dive sessions that we've done on, like, the GPU history for NVIDIA, for AMD, the CPU history for Intel, the CPU history for AMD, etc. So I tend to use whatever I consider the best value, like the best product mix in terms of value, longevity, product life cycle, and like what you're actually getting for the money. You know, meaning hardware specs actually matter, right? So that's why I have said that for a gaming PC in 2023, you know, or I guess late last year, like in my mind, the two really good ones were the 13600K, so the i5, or the 7700X from AMD. So basically, the CPU that you see me... Okay, here, let me open up CPU-Z so you guys can see what we're doing. And that's making the game like lag really, really bad right now to load up CPU-Z. That's weird. That must be an Intel XeSS thing, because the game doesn't really stutter like that when you're transitioning, unless like XeSS is running. But that's not like a game bug. That's just kind of like a behavior thing. And then we'll open up GPU-Z again, because I closed it out earlier. So let's get these two on screen. So here is CPU-Z and here is GPU-Z. So you guys can see. So I'm not making this up. It's literally all live. You can see the sensors right there. You can see the main board right there. The memory, 64 gigs of memory on AMD. And by the way, I am running 4 sticks of memory. So you guys can see right here. This is very unideal for Ryzen. I've populated all 4 DIMMs, 16 gigs each. So 16 here, 16 there, 16 there, and 16 there for a total of 64 gigabytes of memory. You can see the CPU. It's the Ryzen 7 7700X. Moving over to ARC, you can see ARC is at 100% load. Fans are running at almost 1800 RPM. So that's basically the same fan speed on a reference 7900 XT and a 7900 XTX. Those 2 reference cards and this reference card from Intel, all 3 of them run at the same maximum fan speed. And you can see 72 Celsius on the GPU, 72 Celsius on the memory, 2400 gigahertz clock, or 2400 megahertz, I should say. So 2.4 gigahertz, and the memory clock is max. CPU temperature, the Ryzen 7 on an air cooler is running at 57 C, or about 58 C if you round that up. So you guys can see everything right there. And it's an Intel Arc A770 and a Ryzen. So we have an AMD CPU with Smart Access Memory enabled, aka resizable bar, on an Intel Arc A770 GPU. So we got AMD CPU plus Intel GPU. That sounds so backwards, but it is actually the reality. So, yeah, there you go. For the performance, the power draw looks good. Yeah, the power draw is actually pretty good. So let me go back to that so you can see it. Actually, I need to move this out of the way because it's like literally in my face. Here, let's move this off to the side, I guess. You know what? Hold on. Where's my mouse? This is why I stream on a triple monitor setup. Because when you guys see me streaming with the Ryzen 7 7700X, I have 2 1440p monitors. I got the middle, like the main one that's like dead on in front of me. Then I have you guys with the chat, you know, the OBS window, the Steam window, and CPU-Z and GPU-Z. I had to move them over because they were on my main monitor, so I basically had to move them over. But this is why I really like triple display setups for streaming, which is basically what I use with the other Ryzen CPU, the 7950X, because it's just way more convenient to have like a bunch of windows open and not like have a window stuck behind the game and then have to minimize the game and all this stuff. So, yeah. So, hold on. What were you saying? You haven't overclocked? Yeah, no, I'm not going to bother with overclocking on Intel. Just no. The 13700K is also pretty good. So what I will say, like, if you have Windows 11, if you're on Windows 11, then the 13th gen Intel CPUs are going to be a little bit better. But if you're on Windows 10, and I'm on Windows 10, all the PCs that I run are all Windows 10 based PCs, including this one, then you lose a lot of the benefit of the E-cores on the Intel CPUs because Windows 10 does not have Thread Director. So you lose a lot of the intelligence that Intel and Microsoft work together to develop Intel Thread Director for Windows 11. So that I will point that out because a lot of people forget that the 13th gen and the 12th gen have E-cores and P-cores, and the E-cores don't really help you that much on Windows 10 because the scheduler in Windows, you're basically at the mercy of the scheduler being able to schedule the right threads, the right cores for the workload that you're trying to run. So it's kind of random if you're on Windows 10, whereas Windows 11 has some level of intelligence to not like throw game tasks on your E-cores. So that is something I will point out. Now with AMD, you avoid all of that because all the cores are P-cores. So it's a traditional architecture. You don't have that problem on AMD. So So that's why, like, with Windows 10, gaming performance is so similar that it's like you objectively you won't notice a difference between them. And I personally can attest to this because I have the 13900K and the 7950X and this 7700X, and I cannot really perceive a difference between any of them, assuming I have, you know, the game running and the GPU is basically the bottleneck. So it's like I'm not really noticing a problem. And like if I were to test for a CPU bottleneck, like for example, if I fire up like Final Fantasy 14, for instance, which I still am subscribed to, so I can still actually do that, I don't notice any problem. Like going into like Limsa Lominsa, where all the players hang out, that's typically where the CPU bound scenario occurs. Like the new Ryzen CPUs are powerful enough that they just shred through all of that like it's nothing. And then of course the Intel 13th gen, same deal. Like it shreds through all of it like it's nothing. So yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like if you're on Windows 10, I will tell you you're probably going to be better off with AMD in the long run because the platform is a lot better than what you get on Intel. But if you're on Windows 11, then I think the decision is a little bit more challenging in the regard that you do get Thread Director, so technically your E-cores will be a lot smarter and better at taking your background tasks and freeing up the performance cores to do what they need to do for like game performance, for example. Whereas if it's AMD, AMD basically performs the same on Windows 10 and Windows 11. So I mean, that's basically it, if we're talking about CPU performance. That brings up a question. You've seen that this game uses over a gig of CPU memory. Will this game run with 16 gigs of memory? Well, you know what? Let me check my task manager. Wait, where is it at? Let me check task manager. I can tell you how much memory it's taking. So right now, Hogwarts Legacy alone is using 8.5 gigabytes of memory. Just looking at task manager right now. So it's using a lot. So meaning if you're on 16 gigs of memory, it's going to take up like 50% or more of your memory, of your system RAM. Like right now, I am running, well, you know what? Here, let's try this. Oh wow, that cut that off. Why is it so small? Call my ISP to figure out like what's going on, but so I rebooted my router, guys. So I apologize for that. So we basically I lost internet for like several seconds. So I rebooted the router. It seems like it's okay now. Is everybody seeing the stream? Is it live again? Yeah, it should be. Okay. So, internet died, but we're back. So, because I noticed, you know, like all of a sudden, you know, I started getting an alert saying, cannot connect to server. OBS started telling me, you know, you're not live anymore. Something's not right. I can't connect to the server. Can't connect to YouTube. And then I noticed like the chat's not updating. And then I minimized the game. And then I like, oh yeah, the internet's not working. So great. Again, this is like the third time this happened to me, where my internet like dies in the middle of a live stream. Great. I'm probably gonna have to. I don't know. I might have to upgrade to the 1 gig service because I'm not. I don't have. I can get a 1 gig connection based off of where I am, but that's gonna be more expensive. So don't. I prefer not to do that if possible, but I might have to if this. Because I mean this can't keep happening. This is not good. Let me see. Where's the? What's the time? Yeah, okay, so we're back. But anyway, you can see, like, it uses a lot of memory. 18 or so gigabytes. So,
I find its location a little untoward myself.
quite a lot.
But if we had a round of Gobstones in the common...
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like even I have 64 gigabytes of memory, which I'm wondering if I'm still alive, guys. Is that right? I think I am. But no one's saying anything in the chat, so I'm not 100% sure. Hold on, let me check. I should be. I don't see. I don't seem like I'm down. Yeah, I'm able to ping Google, so I think I'm up. I'm not sure what happened there. Concurrent viewers 7. How do I get to the live one? Hold on. Yeah, we should be. We're back. We're back. Okay, but anyway, what I was saying, right? Like, the thing about running 16 gigabytes of memory is that's kind of the minimum. That's kind of the minimum because the game itself is using like 8. Half of your system RAM. That's a lot. Because you gotta remember, you have to run other things in the background as well. So, anyway, let's get GPU-Z out of the way because that's not really needed anymore.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's Gobstones.
I gotta find those pages. Or did I already get them? No. Oh, now it wants me to find Zenobia's Gobstone. 6 of them. Okay, I've been back for a couple of minutes, but my this is like the 3rd time now where my internet literally like dies. And it shouldn't die like that just because I'm streaming, because I know the thing when I'm streaming, I'm constantly uploading a lot of bandwidth to the internet through my ISP. So I might need to contact them and let them know, like, I've been having these sort of issues intermittently where I'll like I'll be using probably, you know, not even like 10% of the bandwidth. Yeah, I'm not even using like 10% because it's like I have a 500 down and 500 up fiber connection. So I don't know why that like happens every now and then where it's like I'll just lose. It only happens when I'm using a lot of bandwidth like this. But even then, this isn't really like a whole lot of bandwidth. It's just because I stream for several hours, it just ends up being a lot of bandwidth over time. The amount that's like uploaded ends up being a lot. So that's why. So that's why things like AV1 could come in handy, because it will reduce the amount of bandwidth that you actually consume or that you actually transmit to YouTube servers. Hold on, do I even need to go over here? Not really. I'm just gonna go talk to the professor, see if I can turn this in. Hold on, now I'm like completely going the wrong way. Oh, there's one right there.
Accio.
Wait, there's 25 of them? We're gonna be at this for a while.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's Gobstones. I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, Wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
Your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Reparo. Mending charm can be used to mend broken objects.
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Reparo.
Nicely done. Works like a charm, doesn't it?
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Is that it?
Revelio.
I can't talk to him? Why is it locked? Oh. Wait. Oh, I need to leave the school? There's also side quests that I can pick up. Oh yeah, I need to go back inside. Wait, that's not the way in. So there's only one way. Wait.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Oh, there. I thought there was two doors. Oh, there is. Is this one locked? No. Okay, so this is the main. Oh, this is where she was. She was like over here.
Hello, Zenobia. What did you need help with?
I need someone to collect my gobstones that have been hidden in very high places all over the school.
I've always said that travel broadens.
I wish you could, like, Leviosa yourself down to the lower level without having to, like, run to the stairs all the time. Hold on. Is there a fast travel? Can I fast travel here? How do I get back out of there? This just goes back out here. Oh, I guess I'm supposed
school for Zenobia's gobstones.
to go this way. Oh, the main hall.
I really have made a mess of things.
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
So...
That sounds a rather complicated way to simply avoid carrying your books.
Possibly. But where's the fun in simplicity? New charms and spells have to come from someone. Why not me? I collect the books and remove the charm myself. Except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Amit told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around. So she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Amit tell on you?
Why did Amit tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help.
This has like a Mass Effect feel. Like if you're playing it with keyboard and mouse, it feels like I'm playing Mass Effect or Witcher 3. The way the characters are standing where they are.
Them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
Okay. Flying. I gotta grab these things too with this spell.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books. Got it. Only 4 more to go. Accio! This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her.
Seems like everybody in this school, well, at least the people that I have met, are either victims of bullying or they just, like, hate their lives. Because it's like, until Gareth splashed whatever ridiculous concoction he was creating all over my perfectly stewed lacewing flies. Oh, wow, okay. So I just realized that I'm in the library for the first time. So wait a minute, does that mean that the restricted section is in this library? Oh, it must be over here. This must be the restricted section.
Revelio.
Where all the, like, the, what do they call it? The forbidden spells are. Have you ever played any Yakuza game? Yeah, I played a little bit of, I think it was Yakuza 4. And I do have, the most recent one that I have started playing, but I haven't finished, is the spin-off game called Lost Judgment. Lost Judgment on the PS5 is hilarious. But I think a lot of the Yakuza games are like that.
Do you find yourself taking certain ways to class based on the portraits you pass? I do. Some are much better conversationalists than others.
This game also, because it's in a school setting, this game also reminds me, there used to be a game years ago, I think it was in the PlayStation 2 era, called Bully. This game looks like a much more modern version of that game, except this game also has almost like a Persona feel to it.
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida.
Oh. This is a pretty nice library. Oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to open any chests until I sell a bunch of the stuff that I'm carrying around. But I know there's a game, I know there's another Yakuza game coming out called something Ishin. I forget the name. But it's coming out soon. I forget when. I don't know if it's later this month or if it's like next month. But there is another Yakuza spin-off game, but it's gonna be like in medieval. It's gonna be like Sengoku era. Is this the way? No.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue power.
I feel like the developers of this game, like they got lucky because this game because the Wizarding World has so much lore and so much stuff that they could focus so much of their effort on just optimizing and building the game world, as opposed to having to do a whole lot of stuff with, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not making everything from scratch in the sense that the world, the lore, everything is already kind of there. They just have to, like, the writing is basically just some, you know, typical hero in a school setting sort of thing.
Hello, Cressida.
Yeah, like a
I collected
dragon
your books,
Ishin.
including your diary.
Oh, it's
what a
this
relief.
month.
Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
The graphics of this kind of looks like that game too, actually.
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin. Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary. I found a flower for my composition book.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna play that game. It depends, because it depends on like how far I get in completing this game and Forspoken. Because the way I've kind of planned the Q1 out is for me, there's Forspoken, which was January. There's Hogwarts Legacy, which is basically this month. And then next month, there's more than one game that I am guaranteed to get, which is, you know, that's why, like, I don't know if I'll have time to play Like a Dragon, because I already have plans for games that are coming out in March. One of them we've talked a lot about, so that's going to be Wolong Fallen Dynasty. And the other one is going to be Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. And then later in the month, I might actually play Resident Evil 4 Remake, although I'm still not 100% sure if I'm going to do that or not. But definitely Fatal Frame, A Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. That's a remake of a Nintendo Wii game that I never got to play because I never had a Nintendo Wii. And they finally remastered that game for PC and stuff, so... This is weird. Flattened armor? Oh, challenge to a mountain stronghold. Whoa.
Natty, I hope I haven't kept you waiting long.
Not at all. Professor Weasley tells me that you need to go to Hogsmeade.
Yeah, I need to go there to sell a bunch of stuff.
Things again.
I need to free up my inventory.
To see the village.
I've been looking forward to it.
Good. Shall we set off? I intend to give you a first-rate Hogsmeade experience.
Load times are pretty good as long as you have this game on an NVMe.
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to accompany you.
Really?
Yes, I had planned to extend an invitation to you myself. I thought you might enjoy a butterbeer in the village. The timing of Professor Weasley's owl was perfect. I cannot tell you how nice it is to breathe fresh air after being cooped up.
Oh, there's the Quidditch area.
Grave mistake to take it as an elective class, believe me.
I believe you.
Though I suppose you would not really call it elective when your mother was the one who elected that you take it.
Accio.
Hogsmeade is
The only
beautiful
game you
this
remember
time of
playing
year.
on the Wii was Super
Everyone will
Mario
tell you to visit
Galaxy,
at
other than
Christmas.
Wii Sports and
But that's one of the
GameCube
few times
games.
of year I would rather be indoors.
Yeah,
Not much
but
for the cold.
yeah. So Mask of the Lunar Eclipse was a Japanese-only Nintendo Wii game. The only way you could have played it was you had to have a Japanese Wii, or you had to have a Nintendo Wii U, because the Wii U was not region locked.
I often spot lacewing flies in this area.
Oh? What's so special about them?
They are interesting to look at, but if you stew them, you can also use them in potion making. Look, from the Forbidden Forest, hippogriffs. I wonder if something's
Oh man, there's hippogriffs over
I
there.
heard rumors that hippogriffs had been spotted nearby.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already made.
That's the Forbidden Forest on the left. It's off limits to students.
The Forbidden
As the name
Forest.
implies.
Why is it off limits?
The professors claim it is too dangerous. I think that calling it forbidden only makes it more alluring. Ah, there's Hogsmeade over the crest. Past that ruin.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I think my internet was down again. Was the stream down?
I spent all of my time exploring.
No one was saying anything.
I confess, I was surprised when Professor Weasley mentioned that you knew the area, since you're relatively new here.
She said that? She knows more about me than I had thought. I will say, while I certainly learn a great deal in class, much can be gleaned outside of the castle walls.
Oh, there's Hogwarts. It's a pretty good view, actually.
How are you settling in? I remember the weeks that followed my arrival feeling quite strange. Everything was so new and unfamiliar.
I'm getting used to things. What about you? Do you finally feel settled?
I still miss my homeland, but it is beautiful here too. And getting out of the castle and exploring helped me to adjust quite a bit. Hogwarts has become something of a home now, I would say. Hopefully it's good for you too.
It was down. Okay, so I'm probably having internet problems because I'm probably losing a lot of packets, and I'm probably dropping packets because I'm not. Yeah, I noticed. Okay, I wasn't dropping frames though. That's weird. Like, it didn't tell me until it. I noticed I was down because no one was saying anything, and then I glance over, and then it's like I have like nothing actually coming back from the server, so that tells me that yeah, I wasn't actually connected.
Turn back, Miss Onai. Turn and
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to end the stream real soon because it's just one of those days. The internet in my area is just not working too well. Probably gonna have to call the ISP and have them check the line.
good luck to both of you.
That's disappointing.
A demiguise. I think he had too much fun in the village. I will say that I have never seen him in such a state. Nearly there. There is much to see outside of the castle walls, not just Hogsmeade. I am happy to explore whenever you'd like. Rumors being what they are.
Oh, the station is over that way. Okay, the lake is over there too.
Keep that in mind, Natty. Thank you.
Man, okay, this world's pretty good. Like it really has like a Witcher vibe to it in terms of like how it kind of looks and how big the sense of scale this game world has.
And here we are. It is hard to know where to start. The Three Broomsticks is the place for butterbeer. And you can get any sweet you can imagine at Honeydukes. I could not choose a favorite shop here. It changes with every visit.
Yeah, alright, Pete,
I can
yeah.
tell you that you are certain
I think
to find
as soon as I can
everything
get to a
you
place where I can sell a lot of this random gear that I need to get rid of, then I'll probably call it an end for the stream for tonight, because I'm just having too many internet problems now. It's just not a good experience for the viewers, so it's unfortunate, but I mean, I'll have to look into it, like why this is happening to me. I don't know if it's just like I'm just unlucky and today is just one of those days.
Of course. You will enjoy Mr. Ollivander, and I am keen to see what you will do with a wand of your own. You should be able to collect everything you need and still have time to explore.
Might have to look into upgrading to like a 1 gig connection or something, I don't know.
We can meet up in the town circle when you are finished.
But I'm only gonna do that like if...
Enjoy yourself.
Well, we'll see if they say there's something wrong with the line or the router or something, or the ONT or whatever. Hogsmeade Village, and then there's like a symbol. Okay, that's the symbol. Is brimming with different sites, shops. Okay. The FPS for the most part is good. I mean, like you can't at 1440p Ultra, you can't do Ultra on the Arc GPU at 1440p. Like you have to either drop it down to high, or you have to turn on FSR or XeSS. And like right now we're running with RT reflections, and with XeSS it seems okay. Like it's not like I can tell when it's really choppy, and it's not too bad right now, like just in the town. How do I sell my stuff? Oh, maybe him? No. Yeah, like when I go outside, I can tell like this feels like this might be around like, this is dipping between like 60 and 50. Really? So I'm just unlucky and they have some kind of messed up problem with their service right now or something. I don't know. It's really annoying though. I mean, it's not annoying for me, but it must be annoying for everybody watching.
Accio.
Well, it is annoying for me actually, because I have to go and either reboot the router or wait for it to normalize. Hold on, visit Tomes and Scrolls, visit Ollivanders. I don't know, I got all this stuff I gotta do first.
Revelio.
Okay, that's for the wand. We're not gonna do that yet.
House elves are wizardkind's best friend.
Well, I guess what I'll do is, I guess I'll save here, and I'll probably call this a night early. Although, I mean, it is kind of late anyway, but yeah. NVIDIA has released drivers for the game as well. Okay, I mean, that's good. That's right on schedule. You guys have to remember tomorrow. So tomorrow, actually, like midnight, like right now, is the official launch of Hogwarts Legacy. So all the content that you've seen so far from anybody that has access to this game because they pre-ordered it is the early access. So this is actually like the unofficial. So far, I've been playing the game on an unofficial launch. Friday is the official launch day for this game. So that is why NVIDIA's drivers are showing up now as opposed to like earlier in the week, because now the game is officially going to be launched. So there should be an AMD one as well, but I do think that the developers do need to provide some kind of day one patch to fix that issue with the plants when you have material quality on Ultra or anything above low, basically for the 7900 series GPUs. But anyway, so that's kind of like the only major graphical bug that exists so far. So what is she doing? That's weird. Okay. But anyway, that's probably going to be it for me for this stream. That's unfortunate that I'm having internet ISP issues or whatever, causing the stream to be unstable for those watching. It happens. I'll look into it and see what I can do to resolve that so that it doesn't happen again. But anyway, thanks again for everybody who tuned in and watched the stream. As always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.